Welcome back to Where Baggies Walk. Hey, all the doom and gloom of last week's chat is dissipated. The Baggies are back. They're taking on Leeds this weekend. The Baggies are going up. Welcome back to Where Baggies Walk. We're previewing all the games across this mad championship season, and we're delighted to have you along the journey with us. Press subscribe and we'll roll the titles. We've got our smiling Baggies fans back this week. Welcome back, Dan, Aaron, and Dino. Thank you very much for joining us. We didn't see that. I didn't see that coming. Dan, did you?
No, not at all. But I'm well happy about that, though.
Absolutely. We'll get straight into it if that's all right. On the channel then this week we're going to talk about obviously QPR. We'll review Leeds. I want to also start the ball rolling in reviewing your squad, and we'll start with goalkeepers and get your opinion on where we are with those. Plus we've got some tweets for you to have a look at as well. Let's go straight into it. Dino, what went well against QPR?
Apart from conceding the first goal, everything, to be honest, I don't know where it come from at all. Certainly wasn't expecting that display. It's hard to fault any of them. They all put a shift in, even Colin Grant.
Now, Aaron, I'll be asking you honestly because you're always the voice of a little bit of negativity here. Were West Brom that good, or were QPR that bad?
Well, I don't think QPR showed their best selves, if I'm honest. I think obviously, as you mentioned last week, they're missing a few key players. But I just think we just walked all over them, and I think we deserved the win. Honestly, the way we played, we could have beat a lot of the teams in the league, and then mind just QPR.
Absolutely. Let's talk about Madger, shall we? Obviously, horrific injury last season down, which ruled him out for was the best part of half the season, wasn't it? I think from memory. I'm sure you were all made up for him to grab a hat trick. Is it nice to have a striker back?
It's great. It just felt so good to actually have someone who can actually put the ball in the back of the net. I mean, we've been struggling with it all last season, especially with DK. Literally, as soon as he came back, first came back injured again, and I do feel sorry for the lad. But then for Madger to more or less do the same, he only played a handful of games last season. For him to be starting was to be fair, I think it was a big surprise for all of us, to be honest. But for him to bag a hat trick at the start of the season, it's just a great feeling, and I'm sure all the fans are so pleased for him.
Yeah. Who else impressed for you, Dino?
Well, the new kid, the guy from Norway, was it Torbjorn Heggem? He became an instant hero. Some dodgy touches early on, but he made the one goal. He looked good going forward, and he defended quite well for a centre half. He was playing at the full back, so yeah, he looked good. And as I mentioned before, Colin Grant, I don't know where that performance came from because we didn't see it season before last at all. So good all round. It was hard to fault any of them, in fairness.
Okay. Dino, Aaron, as Dino said, you did concede that the first goal. We've had this with Baggies before. Sometimes they take a while to warm up into games. It's a pattern from last year. Who do you blame for the goal?
Yeah, well, I mean, it was typical Albion. It takes us a while to get into games, and as you said again, it takes a goal where we concede for us to actually kick on. But from watching the replays, I think it was Mowat who actually lost his man. I think he actually turned down to look at him, so he can see who's there, and then he just doesn't react to it. And obviously I think it was Anderson, or I'm not sure the guy's name who scored, but he just had basically a free chance at goal, free header, so it was always going to be a goal, especially that far out. But if anything, if anyone was to blame, it would be Mo for that situation.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, then. So Leeds come visiting, but not before you have a trip to the seaside in Fleetwood. Is anyone going to that, by the way? Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I'm going. Staying overnight. Seaside.
Is that a new ground for you, Dino? Or?
It is very, very rare new ground. Yeah, they don't come along very often, but Fleetwood, we've never played there before.
can I get all your honest opinions on this one? If Fleetwood were to win 1-0, would you be that bothered, Dan?
I mean, everyone always says a cup run is always great throughout the season, but I think our main priority this season is just to go up.
Aaron, I'll ask you the same. Bearing in mind that last year you had that great day out against Wolves, although the result wasn't the same, but we spoke about the fact that cup runs can give those younger fans who haven't seen the Baggies play, teams from the Premier League, give them memories, give them opportunities. Would you be that gutted if Fleetwood won?
Yeah, no, I really would do. I mean, not just because they're a lower league opposition, but it's more the fact that as an Albion fan, you want to see your team win every single game. Doesn't matter who you're playing against. You could be playing non-league, could be playing Man City. I'd want to see us win every game if we could. So it would be a very big disappointment if we were to turn to Fleetwood and just let them walk all over us.
You haven't got the biggest squads as you've been talking about, though. So is a big cup run going to be something which Coburn's going to want? I mean, secretly, he'd be desperate to go out this cup as quick as possible, wouldn't you, Dino?
I'd like us to win. I mean, it'd be a completely changed team tomorrow night, so it'd be good to see some of the new signings, some of the kids. And as you asked the QPR fans earlier on, it's such a tricky question. Would you get promoted or would you win the Carabao Cup? I'd have to win a cup. They don't come along very often in our lifetimes, to be honest. So I'd have to take that and get promoted the following year. But so I hope we win. But I wouldn't be suicidal if we lost. That's for sure. Okay. Leeds is more important, I think, on Saturday.
We'll come on to Leeds in a second. First of all, let's have a look at some takes from your game at the weekend. They were mostly all positive. It was a struggle to find anyone that had anything bad to say about the Albion. I didn't look at Aaron's tweets. I'm sure there's one in there somewhere. But Dan, the first of all, Dan said this is rare that we get to say we've watched an all-round outstanding performance, especially away from home. We looked fit, strong, focused, and calm with the ball. Every player doing well. As far as first games of the season go, this one was the best in my memory. You've been around the block. Can you remember an opening day as good as Saturday?
I can remember a better one. Beating Liverpool 3-0.
Oh yeah, we'll have that.
That was a great game. That was Gear's volley.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
he's not wrong there. I mean, it was a great first game of the season. Like Dino said, you can't really fault anyone on Saturday. Everyone done their job. I mean, there was just a lapse in concentration, I think, from Murray that cost us the goal. But apart from that, no one else put a foot wrong.
Okay. Aaron, we've already mentioned Hegem, but his name came up a lot here. Excellent debut. Shout out to Grant, Dino, and Swift today. A lot of running from them. Just need to keep that up. Agree with all that?
Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, Hegem would have been my man of the match had Imagine not he scored a hat-trick. And I think, again, Moet and Swift. And as well, Grant as well. Grant hadn't played well before his loan to Cardiff. So it's good to see him, especially putting a performance like that, tracking back, getting back defensively and putting in tackles. It's what you expect from a player that you paid £15 million for. So, it's good to see that he's slowly but surely showing his worth.
Okay. And finally, Dino, we've already discussed this one, but what a difference a proper number 9 makes.
Exactly. We've been crying out. We can put crosses into the box, no problem at all. And we were doing so against Saturday with fellows and coming in from the other side, but we've never had anybody to convert them. Okay, Thomas Asante converted the odd one. But we just needed somebody in the middle, and Maggi looked the complete striker on Saturday.
Okay. On to Leeds now then. This is someone said that's definitely the game of the weekend. This one. Before we do that, if you haven't yet subscribed to this brand new channel, please do so. Dan or Aaron on Twitter. That's where their handles are. You can be as entertained as I am. I can't get used to.
Pros.
Let it out. let's bring in our Leeds fan and let's preview the next game. Welcome, Jake, from Where the Whites Walk. You're outnumbered, so we'll be kind to you. First of all, how are you? How's the fans feeling about the draw against Portsmouth? Is it a sense of disappointment still, or you're happy that you could have won that 7-8-0?
Yeah, I think the general sort of vibe is, I mean, at the time there was a bit of sort of criticism for Farker and that sort of thing, but I think the more that people thought about it, they've kind of thought that I think most of the days we do probably win that game quite convincingly. I would think. So I mean, there are some fans who are a bit, blame Farker. It's Farker's fault. Farker should have made his subs early, all that kind of thing. Or shouldn't have brought certain players off. But I think in general most Leeds fans are quite, it's sort of over and done with now. It's not a great result, but we probably most of the days we do in that game, so we've just got to sort of move on really.
Okay. In case Corbyn's watching this, good evening, Carlos, if you are. Where's the weak link in this Leeds side? We know it's early days, but is there one?
Well, I think goalkeeper springs to mind after Saturday. Really, I think after that, that first goal that we conceded, he just goes straight through him. I don't know how he's not. I mean, it's first shot on goal. I don't know how he's not sort of parried that wide, from the corner. But I'd say goalkeeper is probably the main one. I think, barring injuries, I think because we had a fully fit squad for the Portsmouth game, I think there's not really many of the other areas that I could say that are particularly weak. Because we do have obviously a very strong squad, which most fans are in agreement with. I maybe could say Bogle defensively because he was quite dodgy on Saturday in the air. He was quite bad. Was really bad for the first goal. He was out of position completely. He gave away the penalty as well. So I'd maybe say Bogle, but in general, there's not really too many weak areas.
Aaron, you took 4 points off Leeds last season. They didn't. One of the few teams they failed to beat. How do you go about stopping them this time?
Well, I think it's a different game. Compared to last season, I think Leeds have lost a few players. We've lost a few players as well, key players I should mention. So I think it'll be a different game overall. I think I was impressed with Leeds at the weekend. I mean, obviously it was disappointing for them to concede 3 goals, and especially to a newly promoted Portsmouth side. But all being that, they've showed that they can attack and they will attack. At home or away, they've got the quality and the know-how to put the ball in the back in there. And I'm sure, they'll be testing our defence more often than not. And they'll be getting, putting crosses in the box and putting shots in from anywhere really. So I'm hoping we'll be able to withstand that, and our defence can show how good they are at home as well. It'd be a good chance for some of the new debutants to put in a good performance at home as well.
Okay. Dan, do you make any changes to the starting 11?
No, you can't really change your winning side. I mean, no, I don't think I would, to be honest. Everyone seems to play their part. You can't exactly drop anyone from a winning side, so keep the same team.
Okay. Dino, tactically, what's got to be the instructions in this game? This is not like QPR away. This is a fast-flowing Leeds side who can penetrate down the left, down the right, and through the centre. Tactically, how's it got to set up differently?
I think it might suit us, to be honest. The more adventurous teams we tend to do better against. I think we should let Leeds worry about us instead of worrying about the opposition too much. I know Carlos does his own work and he studies the opposition in every feasible detail. I think we should just go for it. I think we're better going forward. We're better attacking. So, I'll just go for it myself. Regarding the team, we've still got Wallace and Diangana to come back. They're both out injured, but they won't be ready for Saturday. So, they'll be nice players to have back when they're ready.
Okay, Jake. This is a fixture. Would you take a draw in this fixture now, Jake?
I would have. I mean, I think I would have before Saturday, but now we're due with Portsmouth. I probably would want to win it. A draw wouldn't be the end of the world. I wouldn't, because I like West Brom. I'm a big, Corberan fan. I think he's probably one of the best managers in the league. I'd say arguably the best in the league. I'm a big fan of his. Yes, I'd probably be okay with the draw, to be honest with you. But I think given that obviously we had quite a poor result in isolation on Saturday, it would be nice to get the win. But I think it's not the worst thing in the world if we get a draw. I don't think.
Okay, let's get some predictions then. Aaron, you can take it for us.
I'd like to say.
But if we can see you, open your man.
Sorry. No, I'd like to see more of the same from the weekend. Really, from us anyway. I'd like to think that we'll go out and take the momentum from the QPR game and attack Leeds, I should say. I'm confident that they'll score. I can guarantee it now. They'll score, and I wouldn't be surprised if it took Leeds to score first for us to actually get into the game again, which has been, the sort of thing that happens throughout last season, and it was the same at QPR as well. So, all being considered, I'll probably go for a 2-1 Albion win at home.
Hey, there we go. You wouldn't have said that 7 days ago, would you? Jake?
Score prediction.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with. I'm kind of drawn toward the draw for some reason. I'm not sure why. Just something that I felt of when I saw the pictures. But I'll be positive. I'll go for a 2-1 lead.
Okay. All right. Nice one. Cheers, Jake. Thank you very much. Enjoy the game.
No
I think it's on telly. This one, isn't it? It must be Leeds. Leeds are always on telly.
At 12.
We'll be watching. We'll be watching that
as always.
Yeah, always. Yeah. Gritty teeth. Cheers, Jake. Thank you very much. As for you three, let's talk goalkeepers, shall we? Each week we're going to be having a look at your squad. We're starting with goalkeepers this week. Dino, where do you think West Brom are in terms of goalkeepers, in terms of depth and quality?
We're okay, I think. Alex Palmer, he's been knocking about for years now, but he's finally made the place his own last couple of years. And he's not a finished article. He's still got a clanger in him, but no, he's as good as we're going to get, to be honest. So every confidence in Palmer. And we've just signed a new backup as well in Wildsmith because Griffiths has gone out on loan. So, I think we're okay in that department.
Yeah. Dan, would you agree? I mean, I think it was Alex Ferguson once said you're only as good as, your squad is as good as your depth in goalkeepers. Are you happy with your backups?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, a little bit good to see Griffiths go out on loan, but he was never going to really get Palmer's place. I mean, Palmer's just rock solid, to be honest. Like Dino said, he's got a clanger in him, but he makes up for it in his shot stopping. But with the other two backups, can't really grumble, to be honest.
Okay. Carabao Cup then first. I will ask you this. We mentioned it before. Promotion or cup for you in one word. Aaron?
Cup.
Dino?
Cup.
Dan?
It's a tough one, to be honest. I think the league.
Okay. Right, we nearly had our first full house of cups then.
Sorry, mate.
Watford were close. We had two or three on Watford as well. All right. Thank you very much for watching this week. Next week we're talking central defenders, of course, and we're also going to review how Dino can tell us about his trip to Fleetwood on Tuesday night. You can also tell us about the Leeds game next week. Thank you very much for watching. Do subscribe if you haven't done already, and we'll see you next week. Thanks all.